Please welcome to the front of the room, Mr. Matt Greiner, turning a picture into reality. Turning a picture into reality, Mr. Matt Greiner.
Good morning, Toastmasters, guests, friends. In our society, in our world today, we are inundated with pictures. Social media, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, you see pictures. When you're at the grocery store, checking out, you look and you see the magazines, pictures. Now, some of these pictures, they're inspiring. Some of these pictures, they capture your eye. And you look at it and you're like, wow, what a great place. What a great setting. Some of them begin to stir emotions within you. You say to yourself, I want to go there. I want to do what's on that picture. I want to be in that picture one day. For me, this occurred when I was sitting around a table with my brother-in-law and my sister. My brother-in-law was showing me pictures of his climbing experiences in his life. He was showing me magazines, and I was just taken by these breathtaking climbing pictures. People in the most remote parts of the world, in spectacular places. The rocks were gigantic, and they were so remote. The selfies that they could take. Could you just imagine a selfie on El Capitan, a 3,000 vertical foot wall? That's pretty impressive. There was one picture that my brother-in-law showed me that was very impressive. It was an Eichhorn Pinnacle. Eichhorn Pinnacle is located in the northern part of Yosemite, in Tuolumne Meadows. Beautiful place, spectacular place. If you've never been there, I highly encourage you to go check it out. It's just an inspiring place. So I set out with my brother-in-law. I said, I want to climb Eichhorn Pinnacle. I set a goal for myself. I said, within the next few years, I'm going to learn the techniques, the style of climbing that is necessary for me to scale this rock. Fast forward. Been training for the last couple of years. I'm ready to go. I'm actually at the foot of that rock the night before. And I'm starting to get some butterflies in my stomach because this is a big rock. As I start to walk up to it, the sheer size of it just begins to frighten me. I'm like, wow, this is actually going to happen. This is going to happen. Something that I saw a few years ago, now the reality is setting in. And I'm starting to get a little bit shaky. I'm starting to doubt myself. Do I have what it takes to climb this rock? Do I have what it takes to get to the top of this thing? I started talking to myself, giving myself some positive talk. Yes, you can. Yes, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. The first pitch, and the pitch, for those of you who are not climbers, is a full rope length. So I did my first rope length up this rock. I get to the very top, and I said to myself, I did it. I made it to the top of this one. I got 5 more to go after this. I get to the top, and I yell down to my brother-in-law, to the edge, Anthony! Off belay! That's my signal to him that he can take me off belay, and I can begin to build my anchor system. I build my anchor system, and I begin to pull up all of the slack out of the rope. The rope is now taut. That's Anthony on the other end of that rope. I yell to him, Anthony! Belay on! Climb when ready! He begins to come up that rock, and I begin to take all of that slack out of that rope system. He eventually gets to that ledge where I am. We give high fives to each other. Right on, bro. Right on. We're real excited. We know we have a lot more of this big rock to climb, but we're pretty excited. Everything seems to be going according to plan. We go a few more pitches. When we get to the second to the last pitch, this is where the trouble began. At this particular point in time, it is a crack system. And this crack system is what we call a dihedral, meaning that it's like an open book the way my hands are. It's not quite a 45 degree, but it's just a little bit off canter, quite difficult. The sides of this rock are glaciated granite, which means that they are very polished, almost like a granite countertop that you would have in a kitchen. Very, very smooth. I'm beginning to use friction on my feet. I'm using the friction points to make progress up this crack system. As I get through this crack system, I have to come to a horn. A horn is a piece of rock that sticks out, almost something like this. If you can imagine something like this sticking out of that rock, I grab onto it. When I grab onto that horn, my feet come off, and I'm just dangling, probably about 8 to 10 feet from the ledge. And I'm getting a little bit scared at this point in time, because as this is going on, my arm pops out of its socket. And when my arm popped out of the socket, a tremendous pain came through my body. And I was just excruciating pain. At this point, I might die. I just might die. This might be the last climb of my life. I stayed focused, I pushed through, and I was able to get to the top of that. I got over that crux, the challenging point of that climb, and I kept on going up the rock system, this crack. My arm popped right back into its socket. That was actually more painful than when it popped out. I finally get to the top. And I was just, wow, I finally made it to the top of this great pinnacle. A goal that I had set for myself a few years ago. I wanted to climb that rock. The reason I wanted to climb that rock, it's a great photo opportunity. It's a great place to take a picture. And today, I'd like to share with you that picture of me on the top of Eichhorn Pinnacle.
Wow.
That is a picture of me on top of Eichhorn Pinnacle. One tough route, but well worth it. Fellow Toastmasters, friends, and guests, whatever your picture is, make it happen. Go out and get it. Turn that picture into a reality. Mr. Toastmaster.